Welcome to Wellpark College of Natural Therapies in Auckland, New Zealand. Today we're talking to Wellpark's academic leader, Jill Dunn. As well as overseeing the college's academic programs, Jill also teaches naturopathy and herbal medicine. Jill, can we start by asking you to explain the benefits of seeing a naturopath?
Okay, so a naturopath looks at the whole body. When a person goes to see them, they're looking for interrelationships between the health history of that person over their whole lifetime and what's got them to where they are now. So it's not just about treating one thing in front of you, it's about making those links and pulling it all together and empowering the person, teaching the person how to take care of their own health going forward.
Great. Wellpark College are striving for an integrated healthcare system. What is your vision for the future of healthcare, and where do you see naturopathy and herbal medicine in this vision?
Okay, it's a really good question. Actually, I hold a lot of hope that our future healthcare system is truly an integrative system, meaning that a whole range of complementary therapists, including naturopaths, work with doctors, with mainstream healthcare, so that each part of that brings the absolute best to the person on the street. Because I don't believe that now that is happening. That people get, parts of them get separated and get treated, and what's missing is the whole part, the person's mind, their body, their spirit, who they really are, is lost and they're disempowered. Treatment is given to them, and as opposed to them really making really informed decisions that would be best for them, and supportive, like in complementary healthcare and integrative healthcare, each aspect supports each other aspect.
Great. Many people start thinking about studying naturopathy and herbal medicine after having a successful personal encounter with it. There seems to be a number of courses available. Can you tell us why you feel studying for a degree in naturopathy and herbal medicine is better than studying for a diploma?
Okay. Today's world, minimum in a healthcare field is a bachelor degree. If you look at all the health professions that come under the Health Practitioners Competency Assurance Act, they're statutory regulated in New Zealand, they all have a bachelor degree. So any lower level than that is really not acceptable today in healthcare.
Great. Many people will think about studying online for a course in naturopathy. Can you give us your thoughts on the type of education you will receive online as opposed to the one you will receive on campus at Wellpark College?
Okay, I've studied online, actually masters, and I know there's a big difference between any online study and actually by attendance. And the key things that Wellpark offers, certainly by attendance, and any course by attendance, but particularly Wellpark, is you've got first-hand experience of the tutors every day. Every day you're exposed to them, you're exposed to their lifetime of experience, the clients, the cases that they can talk about.
Jill, can you give us an outline of what students enrolling onto the Bachelor of Naturopathic and Herbal Medicine programme will learn over their 3 years with us at Wellpark College?
Okay, so we've got a program that scaffolds, that builds from first year to second year to third year and really prepares students and graduates actually for integrative healthcare at the end of it. Our strong focus is we believe that is the future of integrative healthcare, and so it's really important that graduates can speak to those who are already in the medical system. So the first year we start with things like anatomy and physiology, which is normal structure and function, and the basics of chemistry and biochemistry, because that's essential for understanding how food and vitamins and minerals and plant nutrients and herbs all work with the body to improve health. We look at the New Zealand health system and the part where we sit within that New Zealand health system and where we could sit within that New Zealand health system. We look at communication skills, and half of the program is also on naturopathic philosophy. We look at meditation, we look at mind, body, spirit, and what does spirit mean to us as individuals, and what might that mean to our clients. And we look at foundations of herbal medicine, so we understand the botany of plants and how plants progress to be made into medicines, and what's the ethics and the politics, and what are the safety aspects of that. And the students learn how to manufacture ointments and make medicines. And so that's the first year. And into the second year, we go from normal to abnormal. So we look at pathophysiology, you know, what happens to the physiology of the body when a person gets a disease, and health assessment, how to assess the level of health for a person, to know what you're treating, and also to know the red flags for referral to other healthcare practitioners. They spend a lot of time on nutrition, vitamins and minerals and plant nutrients and foods as medicines, so applying that for a therapeutic purpose. They look at conditions from a nutrition perspective, life stages, looking at nutrition and how to maintain optimum health through certain life phases. And in looking at the conditions and the nutritional treatment, you also look at what's the mainstream care, and how does our treatment integrate with that for the best outcomes for the person.
Right.
And then we look at naturopathic health assessment, and in the sense of functional tests, functional blood tests, urine tests, and also the laboratory tests, so that we have a really good understanding. So that's year 2. Year 3? Year 3, all of that knowledge is brought together into a clinical program, and the research skills that have been learned in the first and second year are integrated into the clinical program.
Jill, can you tell us a little bit more about herbal medicine and how that applies to the program?
Okay, so the bachelor degree that we offer is Bachelor of Naturopathic and Herbal Medicine. So there's a large herbal medicine component that goes through the 3 years. In the first year, it's botany and learning about the plants, and the students actually work in the herb garden around the college, and they get familiar with plants, and they watch those plants develop over the whole year and the stages that they go through, because that helps inform the energetics of plants. So what we do with herbal medicine is we look at the energetic component of the taste, bitter, sweet, sour, and what that does on an energetic level to the body, and how that links to constituents, chemical constituents in plants, and then how those two things together we can utilise them as herbal actions and for certain conditions. And we build on that in year 2, where they do materia medica in year 2, and learn about 85 or so herbs in year 2. And then in year 3, right through the whole year, is the herbal therapeutic program, where they're looking at conditions and cases and the application of herbal medicine, making up prescriptions around those cases.
Great. Jill, we know that the students who enrol on this program will need a fairly good understanding of the sciences, especially chemistry. What would you suggest students do in order to brush up on chemistry or prepare themselves before they begin their first semester at Wellpark?
Okay, so in the ideal world, students would come in having done NCEA Level 2 in biology and chemistry. That's the ideal. If they haven't, what we recommend is there's online courses where they can go and get that knowledge that's required as a foundation for starting our program.
Great. Okay, upon a graduation, what career options would be available to students who have completed their Bachelor of Naturopathic and Herbal Medicine?
Okay, so Well, career options, a lot of people go into clinical practice. Okay, I can give you an example of myself and what I've done over the last 30 years maybe. I was a nurse, I got rheumatoid arthritis, and that's how I got into natural therapies, and so that was 30 something years ago actually. I've been a naturopath now for 30 years, and what I've done is I've blended. I'm a person who likes to have their fingers in a lot of pies, so I've blended things. And originally, I've been in practice for that whole 30 years as a naturopath, but I've also been involved in education for 28 of those years, and also I worked for a company for 18 years doing product development, doing education up through Asia. Got exposed to things like radio talkback and TV and all those kinds of things that challenge you. So, and also I've done a lot of community kind of education. So that's probably a typical kind of thing that people get involved in. Often some people just do clinics. Some people work in health food shops or pharmacies. So there's quite a range. Some people are working in with doctors in integrative practices, and they might specialise in like women's health or some other aspect of health.
Great, so there's lots of options available.